It's said that love of money is the root of all evil, but we're pretty sure pursuit of poon has led to some bad shit too.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Just saying. You're listening to The Gentleman Show.
One after the other, the interviews just keep coming, and big names, too. I'm stoked about it.
I know. This one I was really excited for.
Boy, because the dude's a legend. And not only is he a legend, but he's been really in the news lately because they've been making a lot of noise now with Global Force Wrestling.
Absolutely.
You know, Global Force came around, everybody was kind of like, oh, cool, another promotion, but there really wasn't much news surrounding it. You know, it was kind of like, oh, well, we're looking for this, we're looking for that, you know, but recently there's been a lot of stuff going on.
Picking up some steam, some star signs, some TV tapings, I think.
Not to brag, but I think the Gentleman Show got in on this interview at exactly the perfect time.
Absolutely.
You know, they're signing talent. You know, they're doing TV tapings. Right. They got a tour going on right now. Stuff's happening.
We're in on the ground floor here.
Absolutely, and we hope he appreciates that. And maybe we'll be able to have him back on the show, you know, as Global Force continues to expand and become better. Of course, we're talking about the Global Force CEO, Jeff Jarrett. Lazy E and I were lucky enough to book an interview with him. We did it. So, you guys ready to hear this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to this interview right now on The Gentleman Show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to The Gentleman Show a wrestling legend and the current owner of Global Force Wrestling, the man himself, Jeff Jarrett. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you having me, giving me some time here today. We got a lot going on in the wonderful world of Global Force Wrestling, and lots gone down, and looking forward to talking Grand Slam Tour in Vegas.
Absolutely, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, thank you for taking the time out of your obviously ridiculously busy schedule to talk to us, because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, our news feeds have been pretty much all Jeff Jarrett the last couple days. It's been like Rainbow Pictures and Jeff Jarrett. That's been my news feed anyway.
So you're sick of me. What you're saying is you're sick of it. Well, I have had a few things going on the last 5 to 7 days, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we noticed. I mean, for instance, congratulations on becoming the King of the Mountain champion just last weekend at Slammiversary. That's awesome.
Well, that was the last 5 days, ever since last Wednesday, and I don't know when this actually airs, but ever since last Wednesday, it's been somewhat surreal on so many levels. You know, the return last week and walking that aisle at Impact, and it's been such a long time since I've been in the Impact Zone, and me and Karen standing up in the ring and with Global Force Wrestling full force. And it's just been really, really unique and surreal and sort of shock and awe. And then fast forward up to this past Sunday that you guys mentioned, and I appreciate the congratulations. But you know, being in that match and the results of it, and just the opponents in the match, and the post-match reactions, and not just with some guys in the match, but I'll say the entire Impact Wrestling team, if you will. Eric Young, sort of uneasiness about the whole deal. It's been eventful, I'll say that.
I bet it kind of feels like coming home a little bit.
You know, that would be easy to say. That was my home, but, you know, I made a clean break December 2013 and really closed that chapter. And I've done multiple interviews and podcasts and everything in between, and that was a chapter of my life I closed and really never looked back on. I remember it with fond memories. Obviously, there were some ups and downs through the years, but, you know, very grateful for my time that I spent in that organization and ready to move on. And for this to be basically come out of the blue and all the things that went down, and it's still, you know.
Surreal, like you said.
It is. I hate to use that word over and over, but it really is. And then when you read the Twitter feeds, and I just, you know, actually I just tweeted a little while ago about all the discussion that's going on internally with us with that King of the Mountain title. How are we going to address that? And we've got a couple of cool different concepts. And, you know, I said it last week in my in-ring interview when I went down there, is that, yeah, I don't wrestle for Global Force Wrestling. It's about youth and athletes that are young and fresh and hungry and primetime players. It just, the whole thing is, it's a bunch of moving parts. I'll leave it at that.
Now, I got to say, you did the political answer right there. How good did it feel to show that the veteran could take down some young guys?
Absolutely.
In a Double J fashion. You always got outsmart. In a match like that, it's so simple. You let them beat themselves up over and over and over and, you know, maybe leave something in the tank. And that's what happened. It was, you know, the reaction during the entrances was really cool. And the Impact Zone, like I said, it was my home for 7, 8, 9 years. And they really, really showed some gratitude, which was super cool. But when I finally climbed the ladder for the last time and hung it, and I looked down and my girls are excited, and some longtime fans that I've known in that building. There were some production people that were off camera that were actually jumping up and down and clapping, and it was cool. It was really a cool moment to be there live. They turned people away, I was told, by different Universal staff people, and that was a pretty cool situation. You know, we used to turn them away every Sunday when we were doing the monthly pay-per-views in 06, 07, 08, 09, and all that. But they turned them away. So that as a performer, and certainly one of 5 guys in the main event, it was a cool night. Definitely was.
Could you guys see doing almost like an invasion angle with TNA? Could there be a cross promotion thing going on in the future?
One step at a time. We have. It's no secret with you want to call him George T. Murdoch, his God-given name. You can call him Tyrus. You can call him Brodus Clay. It's no secret that deal was on the table and executed and then got taken off the table. So talent exchanges is something that Global Force Wrestling has always been interested in and entertained. Our alliances with promotions in Japan and Mexico and all through Europe and all that. I want to exchange talent. I want to give the fans an opportunity to see new and fresh matchups. And so me stepping back into a Impact Wrestling environment, obviously that's at the top of my list. Where it's going to take us, I'm not real sure. I think it's a step-by-step process. Magnus just recently parted ways, and we were in the process of that. And
love it.
I'm very excited. Very excited to see him, join our roster. He's going to be he starts next Thursday in Appleton, Wisconsin. He's going to be in Erie the following night, and Lake County, which is right out to a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. So he's getting right into the mix of things. We're very pumped about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I remember being really excited when I heard originally that you were planning a new promotion, and then the big announcement came out, Global Force Wrestling, which by the way, globalforcewrestling.com. And you know what? A lot of people today, there's kind of seems to be differing views. You've got people saying, oh, well, in today's environment, wrestling isn't a big deal. Nobody wants wrestling. But then you see, you've got these kind of new promotions coming out, Lucha Underground, you've got Ring of Honor's just getting a TV deal signed. And you guys are obviously starting something really big here. At least that's what it seems like. So what's really all right, let's get right to the point. Do you have a TV deal in the works or not? That's what everybody wants to know, I think.
Well, first, do you think I would actually let this announcement out on the Gentleman Show with all due respect?
Absolutely.
I appreciate your candor and your aggressive in this journalistic approach. But you know what? We have a lot of moving parts.
Okay.
And you guys will know when the time's right. I've done that with all the announcements. But it's a pretty cool situation that we're in. I've said it going on 18 months now, but, the world is a big place. It has so many different forms of entertainment and or sport that you can, the Premier Cup and 3 or 4 different forms of racing and baseball and X Games. The world is not a 4-sport world anymore.
Yeah.
But, it's not baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. Those days are gone. You got multiple sports, and then you got multiple forms of entertainment. I mean, you have, it goes without saying, traditional broadcast, and then cable television, and that business is on its ear. And then you have, the Netflix, the streaming services of the world. And then on top of that, YouTube in and of itself is a form of content distribution. So there's so many different types, and us being a global brand, it's a lot of moving parts. All I know for sure is we're going to Vegas July 24th. We're going to start producing high-quality content.
Yeah, you are.
Our goal is for every wrestling fan to at least have the ability to consume it in some shape, form, or fashion.
I'm kind of disappointed, though, that you won't release the TV deal here on the Gentleman Show because, as a guy who has a lazy eye like myself, I thought we had a bond, man.
It doesn't go that deep, my friend. My eye only gets lazy when I'm really pushing a lot of weight.
It was me, you, the guy who played Zeus in No Holds Barred. I thought we had a trio. We were going to be the new stable.
Sorry.
It really does seem, though, that we're kind of in a wrestling renaissance now, sort of. It kind of seems like it's becoming big again, which I'm glad to see. I mean, would you say that you've kind of felt that experience?
And see, this is where, and it's so easy, and I'll give this analogy where it's not just a wrestling analogy. But if you're a basketball fan, and really a diehard basketball fan, and you're probably over 30, nobody's ever going to touch the Michael Jordan years, because that was the top of the top of the top of the top of the top.
Yeah.
And then same with wrestling. If you were a part of and witnessed the Monday Night Wars, it's impossible in your head to recreate and top. And, oh, man, I remember watching and flipping channels, and Mick Foley won the title over here, and Nitro was promoting it, and Scott Hall powerbombed, and he appeared. Just all the holy SHIT moments that happened. That form or platform, it's gone. It's in the past.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about when you say Renaissance, I truly believe that. When you have the ability to use Periscope, and people, and I'll use this because it was like, how bizarre, a kid in Bulgaria watched our wrestling event in Knoxville, Tennessee. Just technology's great.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
The accessibility and everything that we have. So, yes, you have Lucha Underground, you have New Japan, you have Ring of Honor, you have TNA, you have Global Force, obviously WWE, but the WWE model has completely been nuked. It's impossible to pay for 14 pay-per-views a year.
And that's
now you have the one big one, you have the network. It's just the world is different, but you have more availability to watch professional wrestling today than you ever have.
And what I love about Global Force is what I've kind of seen you hinting at, I've been reading some of your quotes, is that it almost feels like it's sort of an intermingling of the old territory days with like the new modern wrestling model. So, I mean, it really is kind of a unique situation that you're setting up here, I think.
Well, again, you're going to go back, and it's because the mind will do that. How can I really make my mind at ease? Is it the territory model? When the territory model, the only way that you knew that, and I'll use this, that the honky tonk man was Wayne Ferris, is one of the blonde bombers in the Tennessee area, is because maybe you saw magazines or traded tapes, but the world now is so transparent. We were down in Mexico at the Lucha World Cup, and 7 promotions under one banner. We had our opening events in the Grand Slam Tour, and Moose from Ring of Honor, and the Bullet Club from New Japan.
Yeah.
And then you have independent stars. So everybody has a story, has a promotion, has a backstory. And at Global Force, we just want to bring different talents, different promotions, different vibes under one umbrella, and let the fan vote for themselves, whether they like it or don't like it. They're certainly going to, influence it and comment on it. So we're pumped up about that. And just the world's different. Wrestling is different. And again, I go back and use that world. The world's just so much more transparent these days.
And we're going to bring all that talent right near our home base. We got Erie, PA on July 10th at Jerry UHT Park. Then Harrisburg, PA, going to be August 28th at the Metro Bank Park. It's going to be a hell of a show, as you're explaining right here.
Well, let me ask you something, Lazy. Where are you actually located?
We're in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. Office country?
Yep. I'm just going to give you there is no excuse for you not to be in Erie, not to be in Lake County, and not to be in Harrisburg, because I've got 3 guitars that I think have your name on it, and I can either hit you on the lazy eye side or the good side. You just tell me which one you prefer.
Why do you hate me and not Crisco? What the heck? Did I just have a swerve here? Is something happening?
No, Lazy, we're good. I think that I need to target Crisco. If you say target Crisco, I'll target Crisco.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, you could target me. That's fine. I got a target on my back anyway most of the time.
No, we're very excited. All kidding aside, the Grand Slam Tour rolls on again next Thursday in Appleton, Wisconsin. But just like you said, we're in Erie and Lake County. Very excited. These minor league teams, they have just been super partners. We couldn't be more happy. The first 4 shows, what are the barometers of success? Did they sell out? Hell no. They're 8,000 seat stadiums. But when you have GMs and owners and general managers come up to you and say, "Hey, Jeff, we love the experience. Will you come back next year?" That, to me, is the definition of success. We're very excited about it. It's all about, from the beginning, a very grassroots initiative to promote the brand. And I know that in Knoxville and Jackson, Mississippi, and Tennessee, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, our brand awareness continues to grow, and all eyes are, we're ultimately headed to Vegas to produce our first content, and we couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, too. It's going to be great. And, that tour is going on all summer long. It's going to be all over the country. GlobalForceWrestling.com has all the tour dates there. And you know what? Let's do another plug party, Jeff. Where can people find you, and where can we find Global Force?
Oh, I love it. A plug party. Okay. It is at Real Jeff Jarrett on Twitter, and then GlobalForceWrestling.com, real simple, GlobalForceWrestling.com. And then all of our social media platforms are at GFW Wrestling, at GFW Wrestling. Very simple. Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. We're very interactive, very engaging with our audience. We realize that you guys, not specifically Crisco and Lazy E, but the wrestling, the people, your audience, are sort of what makes the world go around in our world, and we're very appreciative for all the support you guys give us.
We will follow you. You just start following at Gentlemen on Air, okay?
You got it. You got it.
Right on. And I'm definitely coming to one of these shows. I want that guitar right in the nose. You can just smash it.
I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at The Real Jeff Jarrett on Twitter, Jeff Jarrett, the owner of Global Force Wrestling. Thank you so much for joining the Gentleman Show today.
Yeah, guys, all kidding aside, had a great time on the show. I won't be a stranger if you'll have me back. Looking forward to speaking with you, seeing you at the shows. And again, thanks for all your support.
The Gentleman Show is online.
The vast web of wires and cables.
Check out our website at gentlemenontheair.com. That's gentlemenontheair.com.
Great way to meet eligible men who can afford a computer.
You'll find the TGS blog, the podcast archive containing every show we've ever done, and a bunch of other crap you'll probably never even bother to look at. Log on now and ignore most of it at gentlemenontheair.com.